So now we'll move on to our next nominee, who is Maajid Nawaz. I think most of you will know Maajid from his slot on LBC Radio and through his working with Quilliam, the counter-extremism and counter-Islamist think tank. Through his work, Maajid consistently speaks out for secularism and human rights, and he actively engages with people with different views and beliefs in order to challenge extremism in all its forms. His radio show, for those of you who've heard it, can get pretty lively when someone who wants to promote Islamism rings in to challenge him. Although Maajid couldn't attend today in person, that's because he's doing his thing on the wireless, I'm delighted to welcome Muna Adil from Quilliam to say a few words on his behalf and to get a small token of our appreciation. Muna.
Good afternoon, everyone. So as you know, I'm here representing Maajid Nawaz today. He unfortunately couldn't be here himself, but I'm just going to take a few minutes of your time and speak a few words in his place. Firstly, I'd like to thank the National Secular Society for hosting this event and for producing this award every year, which holds more and more significance with each passing year. At Quilliam, we believe that a strong secular society is the foundation for a free, fair, and democratic nation. A nation that engages with its individual members based on their conduct as citizens, or based on their contribution to their communities, or based on their educational or professional achievements, and so on and so forth, irrespective of which religious sect they belong to or whether they subscribe to any religion at all. As a civil society organization primarily populated by Muslim employees, myself included, we firmly believe that Islam today can be made compatible with secularism, and believe there is plenty of historical and theological precedent for this to be a natural and instinctive occurrence. However, unfortunately, we know that is not the case today. This perversion of Islam that we see in the form of Islamism today, this desire to impose a very narrow version of Islam on a community or a society or on others, is frankly a cultural and religious disease that must be intellectually challenged and terminated. While the religion, Islam itself, must be robustly reformed in order to build internal resilience against these radical, extreme Islamist narratives. We believe it is critical that fellow Muslims and non-Muslims alike continue to advocate for liberalism and democracy, especially in societies that are still colored by oppressive religious regimes. As it is only through our combined voices that we can one day hope to drown out the intolerance that often breeds among hyper-religious societies. One of the reasons I actually decided that I wanted to work at an organization like Quilliam is because I know what it's like to live in a society where saying the wrong thing or belonging to the wrong sect or even writing a blog post can get you killed. In a world where increasingly the lines between culture and politics and religion are continuously being blurred, it's our duty as members of civil society and as Muslims to continue to collaborate towards a more tolerant future for all. Despite the successes, and I know there have been a few, for example, the ban on gender segregation in faith schools, as Amina pointed out, there's a lot more work to be done, and I hope that Maajid and myself and the entire Quilliam team can be instrumental in the movement for change going forward. Thank you.